recorded, and I will mute you. Unmute yourself if there is a concern, anyone.
No problem.
Okay, right. Okay. I've got my bands today, so if you have anything along those lines, or hoops or something along those lines, if you've got them, we'll try to integrate them in. It's not absolutely necessary. So if you don't, you don't. It's not a problem. I'll let you know when we're going to be using them. Right. So first of all, let's just get a good posture going on. So standing at the end of your mat, I want you to just take a moment, okay? Because it's all been a bit manic. So just calm using your breath a little bit. So we're going to just wiggle our toes and then just wriggle your legs. That's it. Give your middle a little wriggle. Shake your hands and just bring your, well, I'll show you. Just bring your head across, okay? Right. Closing your eyes, I want you to think about what posture would be good for you, okay? So your feet are nice and solid. Your legs are not totally locked, so just unlocked, just unlocked. Move your thoughts up to the center point. So if you're really like this, or really like this, I want you to tuck your pelvis under and pull your tummy in, okay? So then we're going to relax our shoulders. Just bring your chest up and just relax those shoulders. I'm just going to move this up slightly so you can see me. And then with your shoulders, I want you to take a nice big circle and then sit them down. That's it. And again, nice big circle, sit those shoulders down. That's it. Now with your head, I just want you to drop it. So you're looking down at your chest. Just drop that head and push those shoulders back. That's it. Okay, now bring your head back up to where you feel is neutral. Now what I'd like you to do is between 3 and 5 deep breaths. And where we're thinking this breath is going to come from is here, your diaphragm. So take your hands and just put it on your diaphragm, okay? Just underneath your rib cage. And then we're going to just take that deep breath and feel that diaphragm coming out. And the breath is coming in through your nose, and then you're going to push it out through your mouth. And with each breath, I want you to think at least sort of 3 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, hold, out, 2, 3. Really try and slow it down. So the first time you're doing this, I'm just going to close the door, guys. The first time you're doing this, it might be a little bit faster. But then the second time, you'll be able to go a little bit slower. And then the third time, a little bit slower again. So just try to think, right, I've just got to slow myself down. Closing your eyes, just making sure you're keeping that posture. Last one in. And breathe out. Really feel it all just sinking away from you. Wonderful. Okay, opening your eyes. So you should be feeling grounded and a little bit more calm now. So let's carry on rolling our shoulders back a little bit. So nice big circles. Every time we're doing something standing up, I do want you to be conscious of your posture. So if it just starts to sort of go back to where it was, just remember where we were, tuck everything under, and just be aware of your core. It doesn't have to tense, but just be aware of it. And then go the other way. So back up and over, up and over. That's it. One more. Good, wonderful. Right, let's just sort this neck out as well, because it's probably all tight. So back to where you were with dropping your shoulders and drop that head. Now, I want you to do semicircles. So you're going to bring your chin up to your shoulder and then Semicircle it around, back through the center and up to your shoulder now. It's not actually that easy to talk because obviously your throat's been restricted, so apologies if I sound a bit weird. Up and over. I never advise going backwards because all that does is just crunch your vertebrae. You have to be super careful when you're going backwards. Down, keep everything nice and tight. And up one more, all the way back. Fantastic. Bring yourself back to center and then lifting your head. Wonderful. One hand over, and then we're going to just sink that head down. So again, as I always say, just feel like this hand is really heavy and you're trying to create a gap there. Just really heavy arm, sink it to the side. Never yank on this one, never. Quite strong. Okay, just release and your head will pop up. Other side, nice and gently. So over to the side and ease it over. Nice and heavy with this arm. Good. Release your head, it will pop up. Right, let's expand that a little bit further. So up and over, bring it over. Bring your hand forwards and twist. Now that comes right down here. There's a tendon right here. You can feel it, it pops out. And release. And the other side. So over, hand forwards, twist it round. Feel this shoulder nice and low. And release. Excellent. Okay, fantastic. One arm up. Nice and tall. Really nice and tall. Breathe in and relax. Breathe in. And now on the out breath, you're coming over. Just a little bit. This hand sliding down your leg. Coming back up. Swapping hands. So all the way down, all the way up. So first one's deep breath in. Nice and tall. Deep breath in. And release. Second deep breath in. And over. Lovely. Now, have a feel about where you are at the moment. And when we do this again, feel if you've even gone a millimeter further. So all the way up. Deep breath in. Nice and tall and relax. And deep breath in. Nice and tall and over we go. Now with this, I want you to squeeze your glutes very slightly because that can happen. So try and keep yourself nice and upright. Bring it up. Opposite arm up. Breathe in and relax. Breathe in and over. Squeeze your glutes slightly. Keep yourself upright. Watch that posture. Good. And all the way up. Wonderful. Right. One arm across, one arm behind. Just keep those hips where they are and just start to twist. Looking over that shoulder as far as you can, keeping those hips facing forward. Good. And bring yourself back to center. Other arm over, lock at the back, twist. Good. Nice and slowly bring it back. And again, one arm over, lock back, twist it round. Good. Bringing it back. And one last time, twist it round. Just feel if you're going any further whatsoever without your hips starting to come with you. So keep those hips square to the front. And bring it back. Right. This plane, fantastic. This plane, fantastic. Let's see what this plane is doing. So arms all the way up. We're going to roll it down. Deep breath in. Arms down, chin to chest. Just start to roll it down now. Nice and slowly. Drop that head. Hands anywhere near to the floor as you can get them, drop. Now, whilst you're down here, just really try and relax your back. The back of your legs will have to feel quite stable, but your back should feel heavy but relaxed. If, and this is an if, you have got your hands near or to the floor, I want you to just lift your toes and put your fingertips under your toes. And that should be able to get a little bit more leverage. If you're there, you should feel that stretch much stronger down the back of your legs. Good. Okay, release if you have got that, and then roll it back up, and then really feel your legs having to stabilize yourself. Stack, stack, stack. Head last. Just be careful of little stars. Now, that way is one thing. The other way is quite another. Be super careful with this one, please. I want you to put your hands behind, on your hips, behind at the back. Very slightly lean back. Now, this is the one where I'm asking you to lean your head back, but we're not going to crunch it. Now, with this, balance goes out the window, and you have to really stabilize using your legs, so be super, super careful. If you're like, nah, that's not going to happen, just very slightly lean back, keep your head forwards. The extension version of that is your head back and lean. Wherever you are, you're bringing yourself back up. Give yourself a second. Arms up, deep breath in. Hands down, chin to chest, rolling it back down again. So we're going to counterbalance what you've just done. Roll it down, hands all the way down your legs. Drop. So again, if you've managed to reach the floor, just tuck your toes under and drop. Hold it here. Okay, releasing your hands, and then I want you to come round to one foot. So you're placing your hands on one foot or shin or ankle, wherever you can get. And feel that stretch stronger down the leg that you're holding. Okay, bringing it across nice and gently. Hand on top of hand onto the other foot now. Just try and relax that leg. Nice and heavy with your head. Come back to center, rolling it up. Feel the back of your legs just relaxing. Stack your back, stack, stack, stack. Head up. Hands on to your hips at the back again. And again, the simple version, we're just here. Okay, so push your tummy forwards and just create a little arch. If you're feeling that it's okay to do so, and I really do want you to feel that it's okay, then you're going to arch right back, drop your head back. That is quite a strong one. Be careful. And bring yourself back up. Oh, excellent. Right, before we come down any further, I just want you to bring your hands together and just give your wrists a little roll. If you have been doing a lot of typing today, it can be super tough. And the other way. Good, we'll do a little bit more with that later. Good, just shake your hands. Shake your arms. Oh, excellent, right. Now, instead of rolling down, we're going to use our balance, and we're literally going to come up onto just off our heels, so just onto your toes, and then we're going to drop down. I'm just going to move this down so you can see what I'm doing. So just slightly up onto your toes, and then you're going to bend your knees and drop down. As elegantly, as beautifully as you can, that's it. Perfect. Wonderful. Now, back of your legs. So we're going to bring our head to our knees, hold it there for a sec, and then bum up, and you're going to curl your way up. So hands on the floor, as long as you can keep them on the floor, okay? It might be last minute you have to lift them up. So head down and lift. Now, what I'd like you to do is take note of where you are. So if your hands can't, they're not quite on the floor yet, I can't get it, and those legs are straight, Just note where you've got to. Bring it down and heels back off the floor. That's it. Right, so we're on our toes. And again, head down and lift. If this whole lot's making you start to feel a bit dizzy, just don't bring your head down. Okay, so you're going to keep your head up. We're going to do that again in a second anyway. So just note, am I any lower? Do I feel any lower? We'll do this right at the end as well, and you'll feel if you're any lower. And bend your knees and come back down again. Let's do that one more time. So just be aware of the cracking in your knees as well. Oh God, when your ears are right by your knees, it's not nice. Bring it down and lift, crack, crack, crack. You might even be able to hear that through the speaker. That's it. Good. Right. So try and straighten your legs as much as you can and feel that right down the back, all the way down. Now, whilst we're down here, I'd like you to put your hands in front of you, so your fingers are in front of you on the mat if they can. And then you're going to lift your head. So the idea is we're going to try and straighten our back. That may not go straight, dead straight, but try. Now, if you can't, if you're not touching the mat, we're here. Okay? Just wherever you are, even if it's up here, just straighten your back. If you can, we're right down here and straighten your back as much as you can. That should be pretty damn strong. Bring it back down again. Let's try that again. So up, straighten your back as much as you can, even if it's up here. Straight legs, straight back, straight arms. Good, and bring it back down. Wonderful. Now, we're going to bring 1 foot forwards, okay? So just leap 1 foot forwards. Now, balance required. And if you aren't touching the floor, then you should be holding onto one leg. You've really got to balance on this one. So if you're totally struggling, then taking a chair or sofa or something next to you to try and balance. If you need to bend your legs, bend your knees, no problem. If you can, we are trying to straighten our legs. And this is a pyramid. So fingertips on the floor, straight legs, straighten your back. Now, from here, I want you to try and get your chest to the front of your legs, so you're just curling down. Your back certainly won't be straight on this now. And what you should feel, hopefully, if you're doing this correctly, is a very, very strong stretch down the lower half of your hamstring, right down here. This is probably the strongest hamstring stretch I know. Bend your knees. And then we're rolling up. Be careful, because you have to have a lot of balance on this one. That's it. Excellent. Right, hands out to the side. Good. Balance. Give your head a second. If you're feeling lightheaded, sit down. So straightening your legs, and we're going to swap legs. So bring 1 forward and 1 backwards. So exactly the same thing. Do make sure that they're not completely behind each other. There's a little bit, so if you were going to step backwards, it's in line backwards without, you're not feeling like you're on a beam, basically, because that is particularly difficult. So we're going to straighten our legs, and then we're going to try and curl ourselves down. If those legs need to bend, they need to bend. Try and do it with straight legs. Now, one side will probably feel stronger than the other. Drop your head down. Again, at this point, if they're bent, they're bent. If you can get them straight, that's a very strong stretch. Drop your head. Oh, ho, ho. Okay. If you can, you're going to try and straighten your back. Oh, that is a strong one. Holding it here. Good. Drop your head. Now, instead of coming all the way back up, what I want you to do is bend your knees, put your hands onto the floor, and then we're going to drop that back leg down. Okay, so when you come up, you are on one knee. That's it. Okay. Bring that knee slightly further forward, with your foot slightly further forward, and just get a little bit of a wider gap. And then what I want you to do is sink. So we're sinking. First of all, hands onto your knee, just sink down. Breathe and sink it down. That's it. Good. Now, if you have been sat all day, this will feel quite hard because your hip flexor is probably tight, very, very tight. Just push with your foot and bring yourself up. Now, you can certainly go back to that position, or we can bring it down a little bit further into a lizard. So you're going to bring it down and then down further. That's it, and just sink that right down. If you can, then you're going to bring your shoulders back. Now remember, if that's just too hard, you're up here. It's still getting a strong stretch. Excellent. Hold it here for another sec. Right, using your hands and your foot, push back up. Keep your balance. Excellent. Right, here's the other trick, swapping legs. So bring that foot back, it's harder than the stretch, and bring it back up again. That's it. So we're on all fours the other side, and we're going to start just on your knee. So just slide it forwards, hands onto knee, sink it down. Again, it's probably going to feel quite tight at first. Just give it about 12 to 15 seconds and it should relax. Really, really important stretch, this one, if you have been sat a lot. And whether that's working or relaxing, it just will keep everything quite tight. Okay, use your foot and push yourself back up. Take a deep breath, and then we're going to sink down. Bring your hands to the floor if you want to. Bring it down, hands to the floor, sink. Push your shoulders back, relax, sink into the mat. Now, hopefully in a few seconds, you should just feel it drop a tiny bit more. Good. Okay, using your hands and your foot, push yourself up. Excellent. Bringing your foot back round, so we're back onto our knees. And bring yourself down onto all fours. Right. Okay, so feel stable. Just think, okay, hands and knees, I'm feeling stable. We're going to bring a nice cat stretch all the way up. Really feel that curve. Sink it down and lift your head and belly button sinks to the floor. All the way through to center, all the way up. This one's really good for digestion. So if something feels a bit stuck and you're like, oh God, something feels really uncomfortable, this is a really good one because it just moves everything around inside. And all the way up. Okay, let's go again, all the way up. Right, now this time, I want you to sit it back. You're not going to reach your heels, don't worry. Just try and keep those hands really tight on the floor. So that super lovely stretch around your shoulders. Excellent. Okay, bringing it up to center. Come through to center and lift into your cow and then sinking it back. Good on for the hip flexors again. Just be aware if you do have digestion issues, this will shift it, so just be careful. Okay, come back to center, all the way up into your cat. Let's do that one more time. So lift and feel it backwards. Super nice on your shoulder blades. You should be feeling apart. Come back up to center, sinking it down, and then pushing it backwards. Lovely. Okay, your hip flexors to hold it here. And you're bringing it back to center and back to neutral. Wonderful. Right. I want to do the shoulder stretch before we're going onto our tummies. So you can hold it here if you want to. You can bring it back if you want to, and we can do twists if you want to. So if you want to do the just a basic one, we're going to pick a hand up, feed it through, drop your head, and keep your bum up in the air. If you want to go more advanced, you're sitting it back. So just sit back onto your heels, keep that shoulder as low as it will go to the ground. That is not that easy. It's quite a strong stretch, that one. So let's go to the more advanced. If you want to, twist your head slightly, lift the other arm up to the ceiling, and then you're going to bring it behind your back. Now this evening, if you're feeling particularly brave, I'd like you to lift your foot. So you're lifting your leg away, and hopefully not. It's the just make sure you get the right leg, or you'll literally just fall over. That is a very, very, very strong version. You do not have to do this. Holding it here, super lovely, the stretch. Now to release yourself out of this, I would move your hand first, bring it up and place it back on. Bring your knee then back in and then untangle yourself. Other side. So choose where you want to go to. You sit it back, come up. We're twisting, we're not twisting. I'm just going to be careful of the earpiece. So bring it back. Hold it here for a second. Just really try and sink that shoulder to the floor. If you want to, we're twisting and bringing that arm up. And then you can bring it behind if you want to. If you'd like to advance it even further, you're lifting the leg, which is the same as your arm, not the other one, you'll fall. Lift that straight, tucking your toe under, looking to the ceiling. Super strong everywhere, that stretch. Deep breath. Okay, bringing it up. Replace your hand, replace your knee if you have moved that. And then we're coming all the way back up. Woo! It's a good one. It's a good one. Knees together, and we're going to crawl forwards. I'm just going to maneuver myself slightly before I go into the sofa. We're coming onto our tummies. That's it. Just press you all the way down to your tummy. Right, nice and flat, hands in front of you. Create a little pillow for your chin. So first things first, little tiny, tiny rock, and just relax your back right out. That's it. Okay. Now what I'd like you to do is put one hand, so you're going to swing one arm and then bring your palm down to the floor. And this is a shoulder stretch, this one. So you're going to lift that arm away from you, okay, up to the ceiling. Lift it. Now, shoulder joints, they're a ball and socket joint, so they go all over the place. This is just one plane. I want you to try and push that up and back as far as you can. If you want particularly stiffen your shoulders, this is quite a good one. Bringing it down, so palm facing upwards. Breathe in and then lift again. So push it right up and away from you. Now again, if you want to advance that, bring it onto your back. Keep that elbow up. So it's by your shoulder blade. Keep the elbow upright. That is a very, very strong stretch, this one. If your shoulder will not allow you to do that, don't bend your elbow. Push it away from you and then bring it down. Wonderful. Okay, replace your hand, other hand. So get yourself comfortable, breathing in and relax. Up. That's it. Bottom half should be loose, shouldn't be feeling anything. There should be no tension whatsoever. It's your shoulder that's getting a stretch here. That's it, as high as it will go. One shoulder likely to go higher than the other. Nice and high. Probably you can get higher than mine because my shoulders are terrible. Bring it down. Breathe in. Bring it up on the out breath. Then we're folding if you can. Hand, shoulder blade, near your shoulder blade, middle of your back. Lift that elbow up. Holding it here. Breathe. And take it off your back and bringing it down. Wonderful. Bringing your hand back. That's it. Just give yourself a little rock. Fantastic. So let's just see what that back's going to do today. So I want you to, if you have got a particularly aggravated back today, I would just do this very, very gently because again, it's fairly strong. So bring your hands out in front of you so you feel, just engage everything a little bit and feel like you're on a rack. So squeeze your glutes slightly. You can rest your head down just as long as it's not going to hurt. I can't because obviously I'll be talking into the mat. You won't be able to hear me. So if you want to bring your head down, it's forehead to the mat. Now, I would like you to try and alternate this. So pick one hand and the opposite leg. So I'd like you to first of all pick your leg up. So you're going to squeeze your glutes and pick that leg up. Now, once you've done this, it only has to be a couple of inches short. I really want you to try and point your toe and really point it and stretch it right out towards the wall. That's it. Okay, relax and bring it down. Relax. Okay, squeeze and try the other. Don't worry about your hands yet. The other leg. So point your toe, really stretch it. So where you should feel this, yes, your leg's got to do something, but your back's got to do something. You should just feel a little bit of effort in your back. Bring it back and then down. Lovely. And relax. So let's get the hands involved now. So when you lift one leg, I want you to lift the opposite hand. So lift your leg, lift your arm off the floor. And now stretch it out. So you're pointing towards the walls each side. It should be a good stretch, but your back needs to do something. Come back to neutral and bring it down. Let's do that on the opposite side. So squeeze your glutes, lift your leg, lift your arm. Just make sure that neck is neutral, so you're not sticking your head up, just keep it neutral. Really, really try and stretch, 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 stretch. Good, come back to neutral and bring it down. Just relax your back. Now, again, if you're like, oh, I think my back's feeling this a little bit, make a pillow for your hands and just try and relax, okay? And just lift very slightly and back down. Lift very slightly and back down. If you do want to do this once, we're going to do that again. This is a little bit tougher. So squeeze your glutes, lift one leg, lift the opposite arm. If you can, we're going to lift it a little bit higher. Really feel that stretch. Stretch it right out. Stretch it right out. Come back to neutral and bring it down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift the opposite squeeze. Lift the opposite leg and arm. And again, if you can go a little bit higher, please do. Stretch it out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Remember to keep that neck neutral. Hold. Come back to neutral and relax. Fantastic. Right. Hands back as pillows and just relax it out again. Fantastic. Now, whilst we're here, we'll do a little quad stretch. So I know this isn't easy for absolutely everyone. So if you want to bring one leg up and hold it there, if you can't get hold of it, or it's just not happening today, just bring your leg up, bring your foot as close as you can to your glutes, and then squeeze your glutes. And what that should feel is the stretch right down the front. If you do want to intensify that, and or you can, it's not a problem for you to hold your foot or find your foot, then just pull that foot in and do exactly the same thing. So I do want your glutes engaged, so you feel that right down the front. Try and relax the top half. Release your foot and bring it back down again. So other side, other hand. Again, bring it in and squeeze your glutes, or taking hold of that foot, bring it in. Just make sure things don't cramp, because your foot can cramp in this. And squeeze, pull it all in. And then once it's all tight, just relax the top half. Nice deep breath. Excellent. Okay, release that foot if you've got it, and bring your foot back down. Hands back to pillows, and again, just little tiny rocks. Great. Okay, so hands to the side, feet together. I'm going to take a deep breath in and lift up. Lift. Lovely, back on all fours. Fantastic. Right, puppy wag time, I feel. Back's done a little bit of work. Had a good old stretch out. So, little puppy wag. That's it. Fantastic. Back to neutral. Great. Okay, just lean back onto your heels if you're comfortable to do so. Right, we're going to roll back up, and I want to finish with some standing stretches. So we're going to see how the posture is today. We're going to see how your balance is today. And we're going to see how strong your legs are today. So hands down, tuck your toes under, bring yourself off, and then again, we're just going to do one final. Now see where you've got to. If you're thinking, God, I'm actually a little bit lower, fantastic. So you're going to bring your head to your knees and bum up. Oh, yep, bit lower. Fantastic. All right, nice and slowly rolling it up. Be careful, we have been on the floor for a while. Lift, 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 lift. Just roll your shoulders at the top. Good. Give yourself a little shake out. Right. How's everyone feeling? Hopefully well. I want to get a little bit of a stretch on your inner thighs. So just walk your legs a little bit further out. Now this mat doesn't behave too well, so I may have to come forward a bit. But I want you to go fairly wide, not seriously wide, but fairly wide, not quite sumo. Okay, so as long as you've got sort of a strong triangle going on there, I want you to lift your arms up, take a deep breath in. Now this time we're going to fold forward, but with your back straight. So folding forward, back straight. Feel that right down the back of your legs and on the inside, and then you're going to fold down. Now this is much easier to actually get your hands on the floor. From here, drop your head, and you should start to feel a stretch. That stretch coming the inside of your legs, not just around the side, around the back. Okay, we're going to rock that slightly. So hands nice and flat, and then you're going to push up. So the pressure, Tracy, just be careful on this one with your wrist, unless you've got your wrist straps on, you should be fine. So we're going to lift up onto your toes. Feel the pressure on your wrists and your shoulders. We're going to have to do some work here. Now put your heels down and then lean backwards. Be careful with this one that you've got your hands farther forward enough, because if you don't, you'll fall. Head down. Feel that stretch. Right, rocking the other way. So you're back through to neutral, lift, and up onto your toes. Just be careful not to cramp. If you are cramping, don't come up onto your toes, because that's what's making it cramp. Bring it down and push backwards. Again, feel that really strong stretch in the inner thighs. Right, let's do that one more time. Straddle to handstand practice, this one, if anyone's interested. Not easy. Heels down and push back. Wonderful, nice big stretch there. Okay, right, let's extend that a little further. What I'd like you to do is go to one side. So you're going to maneuver your hands, bend your knee. Maneuver your hands, bend your knee. There, now that other foot will start to lift, that's okay. Keep your hands on the floor, and you should feel a very strong stretch down here. If it's too much, come onto your knees. Just sink it down. You can bring yourself back up, go across, so straightening our legs, and then we're bending the other leg. So the other leg remains straight, that foot can lift off the floor slightly, and you're going to bring it down. That is a strong one. Wonderful. Slowly bring it up. So cross to the other side. Work your way over. Readjust your feet if need be. Come to the side. That's it. Strong, strong, strong. Oh. And one more. Over to the other side. Work your way over. One side's always a tad easier than the other one. And sit it down. Excellent. Right, coming back up to center. So stay wide, and then we're going to roll it back up. So hands leaving the floor, roll it back up to center. Just be careful. Now we're going to do a similar thing standing up. So I want you to bend one leg. I'm going to have to come off this mat. Sorry, it's really slippery. And then you're going to bend to one side. So hands come onto your knee on one side. Feel that stretch. So I don't want you to twist to the front. I want you to stay to the side. Bring yourself up, use that quad, and then bring it down to the other side. Oh, stretch, stretch, stretch. And again, one more, all the way up. And stretch it out. And up. Balance has to do something here. Good, bring it up. Now, the easiest way to get out of this is jump it together. But if you want to just work your feet in, or just jump together, you should be able to get back to normal. Just give your legs a little wriggle. Big old stretch on the inner thighs there. Well done if you managed that. Fantastic stuff. Right, calves. I've had a couple of questions on calves this week and calf stretches. So I wanted to do a couple of those, just in case you were going for really long walks or doing a little run and your calves are sort of down sort of near your ankle and your Achilles heel starts to hurt. So I thought I'd just arm you with a few stretches for that. The best thing to do is actually, when you finish your walk or run and you're outside, take the curb. So before you go into your house, just take the curb and then push down. I will show you. It's not going to be so easy to do on the floor, but let me just show you, and then you've got it in your armory. So assume this is the curb. Obviously, it's a very high curb. What I'd like you to do is just sink, okay? So if you go beyond flat, the back of your legs are getting stretched there, but it's right at the bottom of them. So a lot of the stuff we do is all the way up. This is right down the bottom, it's not doing up. So if you want to work the calves, come up onto your toes. If you want to relax them and stretch them out, bring them further down. Now the way to do that, if you don't have a curb, is put one foot in front of the other. So if you want to have a try of this, and then you're going to hinge forwards, bend that foot, hinge forwards and hold onto your toe. So that's the other way of getting roughly the same area. This does require a bit of balance. So Just make sure you've got a really good hinge and that leg is straight. Okay, this one does need to be straight or you will not feel it at all. To swap, just release your foot, tread on that foot and bring the other one forwards. So this one is now bent, that one's straight, flex your foot and hold on to it. And that gets roughly the same area as I've just done. Right, okay, release and bring yourself up. Excellent. Now, another way of doing this, and this is one probably for inside rather than outside, is if you come back down to all fours, and we're going to actually stretch backwards and then tuck your toe under. So come down onto all fours and bring one leg back, tuck that toe under, and then you're going to stretch it back. Now this works just as well if you've got trainers on or you haven't. But again, can you feel that's roughly the same area? This is probably slightly stronger, this one. And it's a really, really good one if you're just going for a run or you've just come back from a run or a long walk and you're like, oh, everything feels really tight. Now with this one, just rock forwards, breathe in, breathe out and sink it back again. I often find the first time I do this, certainly in the morning, it's really stiff. So if you just keep rocking, breathing and sinking down, it should, after about 15 seconds, it should give in a bit. Okay, come forward, just swap legs. So bringing your knee in, out, tuck that toe under, breathe in, sink it back, breathe out. There we go. Nice strong stretches, these ones. Breathe it in, rock forwards, breathe out, rock backwards. Just try and drop your shoulders a bit as well. They don't need to get involved. Let's do one more. So breathe it in and sit back. Good. Okay, release and just bring your knees together. Now, one more I'd like to do just because it's actually, so bring yourself up again, it's actually just quite tough. If you have chair, sofa, wall, anything near you, which one of those you should have, I'm just going to use the back of the chair here. We're going to finish with a little tiny bit of ballet, particularly for Steve. So we're going to come up onto our toes and really stretch those calves and back down. So we're just going to do that a few times. Now, remember where your posture was at the beginning. Really try and keep your chest upright, tummy pulled in, and pelvis tilted under. Okay, let's do one more all the way up onto your toes. Try for them not to cramp, they shouldn't do. And back down. Right, this is where the cramping may occur. If it does, obviously just stop and shake yourself out. So we're going to come up 10 times pretty quickly. So it's 1, up, down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh, just give your legs a little shake. Right, here's the trick, here's the balance bit. Take your hand away from what you're holding. So we're going to be proper ballerinas now. If you want to do the little hands, I'll be loving that. That's fantastic. You can do, no, I'll shut up. So hands away and off we go. 10 up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. If you manage that, well done. Oh, back of legs. Right, now, here's the tricky bit, really, really tricky bit. Close your eyes. Try and do it with closed eyes. So you're not holding on to anything. Have it there if you need to. You're not going to topple over. Close your eyes and see if you can do it again. Right, are we ready? Squeeze your glutes. Off you go. 1, oh God. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh God, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. If you manage that, just give your legs a shake. Well done. Excellent stuff, everyone. Right. I think it's time we finish the madness now. So hip width apart, and we're going to bring our arms down, scoot down, breathe in. Arms all the way up onto those toes. Oh, calves have just worked. Oh. And let's do another one all the way down. Breathe in. Squeeze the glutes and lift. One more. Down. All the way up. And lift. Wonderful. Very good, everyone. Thank you very, very much. Right, just give me a secondo.